Lisa.
And I'm Rasheida.
And we're the Bennetts.
I want you to learn our name.
You know it by now, right? Right. So, anyways, good to have you tuning in again with us on this episode of Lisa and Rasheida. If this is your first time being with us, don't forget to
subscribe.
Subscribe.
And hit the notifications button, that little bell. Ding, 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 ding. So that every time we have a show, it'll pop up. And
I like it to go ding dong, but I don't think we can make it do that. Anyhow, also, if you like this show or any of the other shows, make sure you put your comments below so we get your feedback. And thank you for the questions that you've been sending in.
Yes.
So we're going to get right on into it tonight because this one is a doozy. We had a question come in this week that said, is it okay to be friends with your ex? Wakanda forever. Oh, is it okay to be friends with your ex? Sorry about that. I just got a little bit too close to camera, but yeah. Is it okay to be friends with your ex? Would you? Interesting.
Well, I'm going to give you my little points.
Disclaimer, we've been together for a long time, so nothing we say can really be used or held against us. Okay, go ahead.
Really?
I'm going
oh my God. Okay. I say it depends on how you broke up. Now, it's some breakups is just nasty and just horrible. Like, I don't even want to be friends with you. No. There was a reason why we broke up. And we're going to leave it broke up. That's one. My other thing is, it depends on where you are in your life. In your 20s and, you're just doing you, trying to figure it out. Yeah, we meet, we break up. We meet, we break up. In your 30s, you're a little slow down a little bit, but you're still trying to figure it out. I think in your 40s, it's like, I'm not dealing with this shit. So, either you go your way and I go mine. And hopefully by then, in your 40s, you can break up and still be amicable about it. And just go, you know what, this did not work out. I wish you the best. Because I'm going to go my way. And you go yours. And if I see you. And if I don't. And then my third one is, I'm going to say no if the one or the other person is still pining for that relationship. So at that point, no, you can't be friends because that one person still wants that relationship again, and you two have made an agreement that you're no longer together. So those are my little 3 points. I'm just gonna say no, and then that's it. Now, what you think? Tell me what you think.
I completely disagree with her.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I'm surprised. I think you can be friends. I think you should be friends. Yeah, I do think it depends on, she's right, where you are in terms of it depends on where you are in terms of the maturity and able to process whether or not you can be friends. I'll give you an example. I love the fact that Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and his ex-wife are friends. Yeah. Because they have kids. It's necessary. So I love the fact that they've set that example. I wish more people would set that example, particularly when the kids are involved. I'm not saying that I was mature enough I messed up a whole lot of stuff when it came to co-parenting things when we were younger. But I do think that it comes with maturation. I wish we would discover the importance of that earlier. Mm-hmm. So I say yes.
Okay.
You should be. But here's another thing. I also believe that the reasons that you choose your friends are the same people. Some of the reasons that you use to select who you're going to date and your friends, they usually have, you're attracted to the same personality types of people. Sometimes they enter the friend zone and sometimes they enter the romance zone because there's a little bit of difference. But I think, it's my theory that about 60 to 70% of that common criteria lies in both your friends and your lovers, if you will, because I think there's an attraction or an affinity for hanging out with people. Mm-hmm. And so to me it's not uncommon, or it doesn't seem out of the scope of reality, that your friends, the same reason you would be attracted to somebody you would date is the reason you're attracted to a certain group of friends, because there are things that you like about that person. So I think it's sometimes the same criteria. The difference being, like I said, some people get targeted or tracked into the friend zone, and some people get tracked into the romance zone because there is that 30% of difference in personality or that criteria you're looking for. But I think there's a lot of common stuff that shares.
Can I ask you, how did you come up with 30%?
I don't know. I needed a percentage. I thought 20 was too small.
I was like, what? What? Where did she pull the 30? I was like, yo, how did we get the 30%? I was just asking.
I thought 20% was too small, so I'm like,
Okay,
I need 30.
okay.
No, but my point is, there still is this body of overlapping characteristics. I think that lies in both compartments. So I think you can. And I got one other thing. So here's the funny thing, because I think it's funny now. In the lesbian community, I don't know about the men. I don't know if gay men function this way, but in the lesbian community, a lot of times, now I don't know, Rasheida, again, this is one of those things I think where age makes a difference. Rasheida, it comes from a different generation of lesbian woman than I do, because again, we were more closeted, that kind of stuff. And so the idea of having those breakups, they have more of a community, and I think that may be the impact of how you see it.
Okay.
We had such a small community to be dating or to be out with. You ended up dating somebody that was your friend, and when you break up, a lot of times in older gay couples, you'll find out that their best friends are somebody they dated before.
Okay. And
so that stays around.
I get that, and that makes so much sense. But I'm just speaking from my experience. I have exes, and all y'all know who you are. Some of them, we're still friends. We're cordial. I wouldn't say friends. Some of them were cordial. Other ones, kick rocks. See you when I see you. When we were together, it was what it was. It ended for a reason, and let's leave it there. And some of them I just... And you similar have had some exes that you personally just be like...
Yeah, but it's not because so I do think there are also people that you just go, how did this happen romantically? We never should have been in that situation. So again, I'll say it has to do with maybe an age difference. And again, our pot or options were so much smaller.
Well, I guess
than your partner options, and yours was so much smaller. Today, this millennial generation has a whole lot, because more of them are fluid.
Absolutely.
And so breaking up with somebody, when you break up with somebody in my day in the gay community, and you only had, let's say you had 10 friends you were out with and you hung out with, you dated one of them.
Okay.
But there's only 10 of y'all. So when you break up, then who you gonna date? One of the 8 or 9 you didn't date. I mean, because our pot was so small.
That's a little...
So I'm not saying that it's... I just think it can be done. I especially think it can be done. Whether you're heterosexual, gay, it doesn't matter. I think it can be done if the focus stays on... if the focus stays on what's important.
Yeah.
Is the friendship with you, even if the romance doesn't work out, here, this is even personal for us. When we were going through some of the stuff we went through early in our relationship, the dating part, the part that kept bringing us back was, even though we were separated, I couldn't get through the day without talking to you, even though you were somewhere else.
Ditto.
So even that, it's just,
Okay.
so I do think that comes into play. You're my best friend. And even if we had gone our separate ways, I still think it would have been very difficult for somebody to come in after either of us.
I agree.
So
completely agree.
So that's why I'm like, I think you can be friends. You just have to get over the fact that the romance is just not good. But
unless when you entered the relationship, you weren't friends first. Then that's totally different. Because some people enter relationships and they go, oh yeah, this felt, because it was an attraction to them physically at first, and then once you get in with them, and then sex gets in, and that's good, but then you realize, I really don't like this person.
But I think that's just relationship.
Oh shit. Okay, y'all.
That's just getting into a bad situation. We're talking about, I think the question is, can you be friends with your ex? This means we have established a relationship and we're going our separate ways. should we maintain a friendship?
Some people just aren't mature enough.
And that's what I say. It just
right.
comes down to whether or not you're mature enough to handle it. But
Right.
to say, I think you have to make a decision, whether it's in friendship, whether it's a business decision, whether it's your marriage. The decision for our marriage is that there is no divorce. So I make mistakes. Rasheida makes mistakes. At the end of the day,
all do.
we know that we don't want to separate, and therefore we do everything we can to keep it going. When you break up and you're no longer romantic, if you think this person is important enough or adds enough value to your life that you want to have a friendship, then you focus on that part that works and let the other stuff go. So that's why I said
Okay.
I think it's
I agree,
doable.
but I disagree. But it's what it is.
It is what it is. So I don't think I ain't got nothing else to add to that
Me
one.
neither. That was a good one.
I was surprised though.
Okay. It is what it is.
Maybe she ain't who I think she is.
Oh my God.
It's not fair to push people out of the frame, is it?
Okay. So thank you so much. Please subscribe, put comments below, and make sure you hit the notifications button. You all have a great, great day. Peace.
I don't know if it's gonna be peace, but there you go.